You ever seen the movie Inside Out by any chance?
Inside Out. No, I don't. I don't think I have.
A Pixar movie.
Oh no, I do know that. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
sorry.
You've compared choosing medicine as a profession to choosing a husband or wife. Could you tell the viewers a bit about what you mean by that?
A lot of people begin to think about medicine for not the right reasons, right? So it's absolutely true that in college you dated that really fantastic person, right? And they seemed really wonderful, and they were crazy. But what was the downside of it? You kind of have to love the bones of a person when you're married, right? You have to love the negative aspects. So we see a lot of medical students whose parents tell them, you're going to be this kind of doctor, you're going to be that kind of physician. And it causes a lot of angst. You have to make these decisions for you because you're going to have to do this for your entire life.
This is true.
I had a little bit of that myself. So my father was trained as a neurosurgeon, and he very much wanted me to do that. And that was not for me for all sorts of reasons. What happens is that you go into med school with these preset notions, and then your friends tell you what you want to do. But what happens when you do the rotation, it often speaks to you. And at least in my case, neurology was the farthest thing from my mind at the time. And when I did the rotation, I'm like, this is it. This is what I like doing, and I like all the aspects of it. And so it's important not to ignore those things when you're choosing a specialty.
How would you say that you bring energy and humor to your education of medical students?
One of the ways the brain works is memory is triggered by emotion, right? And that's what the limbic system is. So you remember painful experience, uncomfortable experiences, or funny, pleasant experiences. And so maybe in the bad old days, physicians were taught through fear to some extent. The fear of failing, the fear of looking ridiculous. I'm not sure that is the way you can do things anymore. So what I try to do is I try to teach with humor. When I teach about the evaluation of coma, I start with a story of the mistakes that I made, so that they're funny and they're poignant, and the residents go, oh, I'm never going to do that.
Sure.
And that is for me, it's a better context that, like, always remember to do this, always remember to do that. Then it feels like a list that is negotiable.
You've said that patients can tell the difference between a physician who has to be there and a physician who wants to be there. What is that difference?
People know as a physician when you don't want to be there. Like, you can say what you like. You can say what you like. You can make excuses or anything like that. People know. So I'm not sure that I'm a better communicator than other physicians. I'm not sure I'm better at explaining things. I'm not sure that I'm better at connecting with people. But I actually want to be there. And I think I think that's what people pick up on. So people always ask me, like, oh, you did such a great job with that patient interaction or giving that bad news. What was your checklist technique for doing that? People just want to talk to somebody who wants to talk to them. Often what I'll do is, like, I'm happy to speak to you about this. Just so you know, I have these other things going on, so if I'm a little distant, it's that, but I'm here for you for this moment. I only have this amount of time, but for this 2 minutes, I'm all yours. And you can't just say it, you kind of have to do it.
Dr. Llinas, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us.
My pleasure.
That was a CLOSLER look.